Hi, I'm Pastry Chef Will Torrent, and today we're going to use Nielsen Massey Vanilla bean paste to create a fantastic, stunning centerpiece dessert suitable for any dinner party treat, a white chocolate meringue trifle, a fantastic combination of the Great British trifle and that well-loved dessert, Baked Alaska. For this, you're going to need 1 small Madeira cake, 1 pack of frozen berries, some fresh fruit, for example raspberries, strawberries, cherries or anything that's really in season, 200 grams of white chocolate, 400 grams of vanilla custard, 100 mils of double cream, 20 mils of good quality port, 2 litres of gelatin, 50 mils of water, 200 grams of sugar, 6 egg whites, a pack of roasted almonds, and to finish it off, some chocolate popping candy or space dust. Okay, so taking this small Madeira cake, we're just going to slice it into little slices and just using a cutter, small disc going into each glass. Now alternatively you could make a really large one, but today we're just going to make a couple of individual ones just for us to enjoy. So we've now got our sponge. Now originally trifle had ratifia biscuits in, but then through the centuries, through the years, people started to put, you know, sponge and then of course doused it with sherry. No sherry in sight today. In fact, we're just going to put some lovely fresh fruit into the base of our trifle. So with the strawberries, we're just taking the green off and then just giving them a little slice up so that we've got some really lovely fresh fruit. Now of course you can use any type of fresh fruit you really want to use, anything that's in season. Of course you can get pretty much every fruit all year round now. So we're going to pop some blackberries in there, we're going to pop some raspberries, just going to slice them up, and what I tend to do is just to kind of put them at the edge of the glass so that when you eat through it and once the jelly's set in as well, you get to see all the lovely fruit up against the glass. Now of course you can do that, again you can do this with any type of fruit. Works really nicely with little compote of apples, figs, pears. Look really nice, really autumnal. But as we've got all this lovely fresh fruit, I'm going to use it all up today. Cherries going in there, just a few. And then what I've done is I've just taken the frozen berries, I've put them in a pan with some sugar, a little bit of water, and I've just reduced it all down so it's really, really concentrated, passed it through a sieve, added a touch of port, because port brings out the flavour really, really nicely. A little bit of the vanilla bean paste as well, so you get those little few specks around in the jelly, 2 litres of gelatin, and we're just going to pour that on, and that will set beautifully as just a nice little soft set jelly, full of this berry flavour, and of course this wonderful vanilla flavour as well that we're getting from the bean paste, from the seeds, from the extract. It's all put in there. So once they're done, we're going to pop them into the fridge and let them set about overnight. Okay, so these have set really nicely, just left overnight in the fridge, and now to make the next layer of our trifle. All we need for this is the melted white chocolate, just melted gently over a pan of simmering water, not directly in the pan because it will just burn too easily and you'll have to start again. We're just going to mix this through with some really good vanilla custard. I'm going to add some more Nielsen Massey Vanilla paste just to up the vanilla flavour, and then we're just going to lighten that up with a little bit of double cream, layer it on beautifully, and then set that again in the fridge. The reason we're using Nielsen Massey Vanilla paste in this recipe is because it's simply one of the best extracts in the world. It's not essence, which is chemically made, extracted in a cold extraction process which is exclusive to Nielsen Massey, which slowly and gently draws the vanilla from the bean, preserving the delicate flavour to create yet again one of the finest extracts in the world. Okay, so the trifles are setting in the fridge. Now to make our fantastic yet unusual topping, which is an Italian meringue, which is a cooked meringue, so you don't have to put it in the oven to bake. This is simply made by putting 6 egg whites into a bowl and boiling 200 grams of sugar with 50 grams of water in a saucepan. Gently heat until it reaches 121 degrees, and it's best that you buy a digital probe or thermometer to do this. Right, So the sugar syrup has reached 121 degrees. The egg whites are nicely whipped up. And what we need to do now is gently and slowly pour this syrup onto the egg whites, turning up the speed ever so slightly. And this will start cooking the egg whites so that you don't have to put them through the oven. Very gently in a nice steady stream, pour the hot syrup in. Then all we need to do is let this whisk up. The bowl will become really, really hot. When it's cooled down, it's ready to pipe. Leave that for about 5 minutes and then it'll be ready. Okay, so our meringue is now nicely cooled down. So now we're going to get the trifles out of the fridge and pipe the topping. What I've just put on there for another little bit of texture is some roasted almonds and some chocolate popping candy. This is just going to protect the lovely white chocolate custard, but as well it's just going to give us a beautiful texture, lovely flavour of almonds, and of course that fantastic space dust. And here I've got some that's been enrobed in chocolate, which means you get an even bigger hit of space dust. Then we'll take our piping bag. I'm just going to pipe on our lovely glossy meringue. Nice little bulbs. And then that's ready for flaming. Using a really good blowtorch, we're just going to gently blowtorch the top of our meringue. So we get that lovely caramelised flavour in there, which works really well with the rich white chocolate custard. Perfect. Now just to finish them off, we've just got some of our fruit left over from earlier. I'm just going to place a few of the fruit on top. And there we have it, a fantastic Baked Alaska white chocolate trifle, perfect, made with Nielsen Massey vanilla paste.